All right, everyone. Hello, welcome to what is hopefully going to be the first episode of, well, I mean, I was going to say many. We'll see how long it takes of Bannerlord. Okay, so we'll do a new campaign. I haven't played this game seriously in about 4 or 5 years, give or take.
For 500 years, the Calradian Empire dominated the continent. Its armies scattered foes before them. The strongholds of proud tribes crumbled beneath its engines of war. From the forests of the north to the wastes of the south, all was brought beneath the standard of their legions. Brutal as the conquest was, the wise agreed that it brought peace. The land, now untroubled by armies, grew rich. But empires, like men, grow old. Leaders lose a common cause. Corruption spreads. Old enemies learn the Empire's tricks and devise new ones of their own. Until one day, the bonds holding the Empire snap. Then comes the Civil War, pitting all against all. A time of hatred. A time of suffering. But also, even in the worst hours, a time of courage and defiance. As new leaders arise, from new places and new peoples, to turn back the tides of destruction and bring forth a new world from the ashes of the old.
Culture. The Vlandians, Calradian lords. I have like a vague idea of the plan. Okay. 5% more renown from the battles, 15% more income while serving as a merc. Sup, Dan? 10% production bonus to villages that are bound by castles. I wish they had put into the game by default serve as a soldier, because I really like that mod, but none of the mods were playing nice with me today, so I've had to install this game about 3 times today alone. So now it's just, there's no mods, nothing, and it should technically work. Sturgians, the grain production is increased by 10%. Armies are gathered with less influence, and there is a higher relationship penalty for kingdom decisions. The Empire, the garrisons cost 20%, like their wage is 20% less, and being in an army gives you 25% more influence. Village hearths increase 20%. I don't know what that means per se. SRI, caravans are cheaper to build, and there's less of a trade penalty, which is actually pretty good. No speed penalty on the desert, which is also actually not terrible if you're spending a lot of time in the desert. If you're not, then it's not a big deal. But everybody costs 5% more in the party. Okay. Crusades, recruiting and upgrading mounted troops are 10% cheaper, it's not bad. 25% production bonus to horse, mule, cow, sheep, and villages owned by Crusade rulers. 20% less tax income from towns, and the battalions are 50% less speed penalty and 15% sight range bonus in forests, which is pretty good. Towns owned by battalion rulers will have a 20% chance of militias to spawn as veteran militias, is actually pretty good. And then they build things 10% slower for town projects and settlements. I'm thinking with going Sturgian. Randomize their characters. I mean, to be fair, they all kind of look the same, sort of. Bleh. He's from the north. No, we're gonna.
Form a circle! To ladders! Victory! We won! Close with them! Pick your targets! Climb up! Make a line! We've shown them!
I could. It's either, you know what, we'll just make them average height, and then like, but really tiny. I don't think this does anything, but don't quote me on this. Having the giant forehead is funny to me. Give him massive ears. You know, that's good enough. So the plan is to go for like two-handed axes and stuff like that. But I don't know. I feel like if I'm gonna do ranged, I might go with throwing as opposed to crossbows or anything. I think two-handed axes. And then if I go for like a throwing axe, or a throwing like a spear or what have you, most of them you can use as like a one-handed weapon as a backup, which is not a bad idea, especially if I'm in like really close quarters. So I'm thinking, not him, no. Armors is pole arms. Pole arms are fine, but like not the best. This sounds the best to me. And for my leadership, meh. This is technically almost perfect for what I need. No, although running athletics is great because running faster is really good in this game. I'm thinking the brawn is fine. Herd of the sheep, athletics and throwing is very good. The smithy, I get even more into two-handed, and smithing is actually not a bad idea. Smithing and engineering, meh. No. Limited small game, no. And then sold stuff. I'm thinking between herded sheep and the smithy. If I go with this, I get more health, I think, from the vigor, if I'm not mistaken. But also I do more damage, but moving faster is very good. And then the throwing is also, I think I'll go with this. It'd be sort of more well-rounded in general. There's the Hearthguard for polearm, riding. Get one more endurance. Bow and engineering. Riding a bow, full arm and one-handed, skirmishers. I think I'll go with this because I mean, like the what is this or the roguery is like whatever. I think the skirmisher we get a little bit of bonus of one-handed because again, my throwing weapon should be able to double up as a one-handed weapon potentially. Pick. Either, what is this? Generosity. I know that these things exist, but I'm not really sure how they actually weigh into the game. I'm thinking we do a bit of smithing, because it will be really, really useful. Judo Raider. Yeah, athletics, bow and tactics, trick the raiders. I'm thinking this one. Now the name. I haven't really thought too much about a name. Hang on, we got Ontrum. Is that how I spelled that? Hang on. let me go back into the history here. For an idea for a character I had a while back. Where is it? Oops. There we go. Montrum. What are these? Warrior, Bannerlord reels. I just want. Is there a thing for like normal? Yeah, normal Iron Man though, no. I'm sure we'll be fine.
Brother, it's been 3 days now we've been tracking those bastards. I think we're getting close. We need to think about what happens when we catch them. How are we going to rescue our brother and sister? Are we up for a fight? This looks like an old training field for the legions. Let's go on then.
I'll run the course because I haven't played, like I said, I haven't played this game in quite a while. So. Shit, okay. I think I have to do these. I mean, technically for the tutorial. It's been so long since I played this. I'm pretty sure the crosshairs changed since I last played. Could be wrong though, but it is kind of throwing me off. I mean, I'm also just trash. So, yeah. My character isn't very good at those. And crossbow training. Oh, that's right. I forgot there's stages. That's useful, because previously it was just if you got interrupted, you had to start from the beginning. But having stages is good. It's not even my fault. That's sort of the problem when you have a really low proficiency with the weapons, is your accuracy really suffers. So it can go like, I mean, obviously it's going to drop, but it can go anywhere in that like radius. Plus I have to deal with drops as well. Now, in my many hours in Warbands, yeah, exactly. In all my hours of Warband, I got really good with the bow and kind of decent with the crossbow, but I have never once did a character that did throwing weapons, which is why I am like hell bent on using it now, because I know I can use it as a like a one-handed weapon as a backup. Oh, good. I was like, what if I run out? Curse you, windmill. Dan, why does throwing stuff in this game suck? I do vaguely remember that piercing damage in this game is kind of broken. I don't know if they ever changed that. Okay. It's what sucks about it is they basically have it so that it is based on your current character's stats. So if your character just sucks, then you know, have fun. Like quite literally, this guy cannot hit the broadside of a barn. That being said, firing from from horseback does have a accuracy drawback with arrow. I mean, with archery, and then with crossbows, some can't even be used on it. Like you can fire it once, and then you cannot reload it on horseback, from what I recall. That just went. Some poor guy's gonna be walking along the street, like, after a long day out in the fields, he's finally going back to the missus to get a nice dinner. And he's just going to get absolutely nailed to the face by a random arrow that just went flying way off target. So I don't actually have to do this. But I don't know. They added achievements to this game, I think, recently. I just never got around. I mean, I say never got around. Like I haven't played this in 3 million years. Believe in the heart of the cards, Yugi. Spear training, I vaguely remember. It's based on your speed as well as the speed of, or like your skill also has an effect on how much damage you do. So it's possible you can hit someone with the spear while on horseback and do like no damage. I can't even imagine what this is doing to the spear, by the way. I know for a fact pottery is like particularly tough against metal, like steel, like spears and swords and things. That's why I'm like forged in fire. A lot of the tests they did for sharpness and like durability was based on like cutting things and then hitting some stuff with like hitting pottery, and then they try to cut more things to see like how the blade and the edge held up, because the blade might not explode, but then it might dull the absolute crap out of the blades. I don't know if this is couchable. We can find out. It is not. Because I think this is a spear as opposed to a lance. Okay. Let's see. Can I have this? Oh, do I actually have to get off the horse to do it? So I'm doing blunt damage because it's a wooden sword, but typically it would be cutting damage. Unless they call it slashing in this, but I'm like pretty sure it's cutting damage. Now my character is slightly more proficient with one-handed weapons than with spears. But I mean, technically speaking, it's just a matter of using them, like using the weapons and putting a couple points in here or there, from what I recall. It was, in my opinion, like simpler in Warband, I think, because you could put like if you put points into it, then it just like was good and beneficial. Like you got the level up quicker. Otherwise, you technically just grind out the levels through sheer use. I forgot you could just press Z to hop off the horse. No sprinting as far as I know, but you do kind of accelerate over time, depending on your athletic skills. Let's go with the sword and shield training. It's 10 with the shield is easier because obviously there's directional blocks, and there is in this too, but it's a lot more forgiving with the shield. Now, the way it works with the shield, so technically I could just block up and that's good enough, right? However, it is, I think it increases the durability drain if you don't match the shield, like the directional strike. Don't quote me on this. Oh, because he didn't block it? That's on me? Get out of here. Advanced melee training is... oh, this one. Now, the problem with most spear and polearm weapons, like spear style, is you can only stab from... like, basically you stab up or you stab down. There's no left or right swinging. You can also kick, which is really good for people with shields. Like if they're just, you know, spamming the block, you hit them with a kick and it knocks them back. Now, it tends to be quite a bit easier fighting one-on-one in this game with melee, and I have played quite a few hours in multiplayer, so. Oh, my leg! I don't remember if there is drag, honestly. Yeah, so you'll notice I can block up, like I can block all the directions, but I can only hit up or down, which makes it quite a bit more awkward sometimes trying to fight these guys. Because you can't really alternate very much against these people. Now, I believe there is chambering and reposting, but it's obviously much, much easier to do with, let's say, a sword. Let's kick him over. Hello. I have always been, like a not fan at all of using a spear and shield, just because of how limited it is for fights. Like, genuinely, most of my damage here is going to come from communicating. Oh, that's right. I forgot you can do that, right?
Come on! Die!
For him, he just needs to get up and close, but because he has a higher athletic skill, I really struggle here. Yeah. I swing slower than he does, which is unethical. This is quite a bit about timing.
Die!
I know you can, like, punch him in the face with the shield, but I don't think it's all that good, if I'm not mistaken. Oh. Well, I mean, he was pretty low anyway. Your proficiency also changes how quickly you swing, as well as a couple other stats. So there is, like, speed stats for different types of weapons, as well as, like, the weapon in and of itself. I can make the same weapon and have two completely different speed stats. And if you're fast enough, like this guy, he can't get a hit on me because I can just keep basically hitting his shield. And when he actually does go for the swing, I'll be mid-swing. So, that's why it's important to really, like, if you're going to pick a type of weapon to use, you kind of want to go full send into it to really get the best out of it. Tutorial. Perks. What was the button? See. Oh, you get a perk point for two-handed throwing. You normally get to pick. There is a mod that lets you pick both. And in some cases, it's like, why would I bother not having that mod? But like, so handling means, I believe, isn't it? I think handling has to do with like your speed and stuff. I don't really know because they don't meant to talk about it as handling. Extra damage to two-handed weapons is nice. However, I'm thinking strong grip might be a little better. It's been a hot minute since I've seen specifically what handling is. Bannerlord handling. They really don't explain it, which is very, very silly. Attack animation is a combination of a balanced and unbalanced attack. If the attack is balanced, then it'll deal higher damage in the hands of a trained person. Similarly, if the attack is unbalanced, then it's not going to do a ton of damage, as if the weapon was in the hands of a simple peasant. The attack animation is affected by weapon handling. Basically, think of it as increasing your sweet spot for crits and maneuvering. What? Apparently, it's your speed of your swing, as well as being able to recover from missed hits faster. Let's see. The lower the handling stat, the higher the chance to get the opposite of a crit and deal less damage. Okay. Someone has explained it this way. Okay, handling works like this. Imagine you have half a cake, or rather a bit more. Cut that cake into pieces or color them. The center in front of the character is in one piece colored green. The sides next to the center are greenish yellow. Next to, okay, I kind of get that a little bit. Okay, like zones, like different colored zones. Your attack, let's say you only did this for visualization once. The whole swing arc is your cake. At the center of this arc is green, the sides are red, and the very start and the very end is you barely dealing damage. Okay, so basically, like, when you swing in an arc, then, okay, it changes basically like the sweet spot for doing like decent damage. So you're always going to do damage in that arc, but if it's the beginning, at near the beginning or near the end of the swing, it'll do less damage. Right? Interesting. Yeah. I'm thinking that we go with the strong grip. Then throwing, draw speed with throwing weapons, or damage to shield. I think the draw speed, like just being able to throw the weapons faster, in my opinion. Now it says we have one of these to increase my learning limit. So, the learning limit, from what I recall, is based on how many of these pips you have, as well as how many points you have in here. So if you have, I think it's up to like 6 points plus 5 of these, you can get all the way. Otherwise, you're kind of hard limited to an extent, which is kind of dumb in my opinion, but whatever. Yeah. One-handed is whatever. I kind of want to go for athletics because it should increase the rate at which I learn it, which means I have a reduced weight penalty, and then things like the running speed is nice. Running speed is really useful in this game, in my opinion. Like, I'd just go with the combat movement speed. The hit points is whatever. Armor weight is not bad. Handling on foot is not bad either, but I mean the armor weight, I guess it depends on what I'm wearing. Like I couldn't pick that one until later. Persuasion or crafting stamina. I'm thinking the persuasion, maybe crafting. I'm not sure. A lot of this stuff, it's like looking into see like potentially later down the line what's good. So here, our limit right now is 20. So without putting any points into this, once we hit level 20 with polearm, I think that's about as much as we can ever get. I mean, I could. What does leadership do? Me? Well, the party. Tactics can get really broken when you get like big groups, right? Where like if you have it at a really high level, basically you can almost auto win with auto all the time. It's kind of broken, or at least that's how it used to be back in the day. What is leadership? Increase the garrison size. I mean, technically, I'm happy to, but I don't know if it's worth doing now because I'm going to be keeping it kind of small. So I'm thinking maybe charm. Maybe go with charm, and then we'll work towards like a tournament. Because if I'm doing a tournament, is pretty good early. Do you think we're low on food? There's a village north of here. Okay, go to this one. Take a walk around. Why? I forgot the tutorial in this game's kind of cheats.
So, the head man here can probably help us.
He's over there. Get him. I walked into a pole. Why? I was like, why is it so zoomed? Because for some reason it was holding shift.
I'm Orthos, head man of this village. What brings you here? They got your... We think that once you've...
Looking for some raiders. Okay. Purchase... I need to hire men. They're all on horseback. Oh, features disabled? Oh, okay, of course.
Glad to see you found what you needed. Now, about that, there's this wandering doctor who comes through it from time to time. Name of Tactius. Well, we last saw him a few days ago. He was carrying some sort of... He set off if you can...
Now, I assume... Find the party. I assume it's the one that the game is telling me to go check out. Oh, there's a few of them around. Okay. Battle command.
No!
Charge. Because I didn't want to pay for it. See if I can get my hands on a two-handed weapon. Honestly, having cabs is actually really good early on, so I definitely think they may have changed that. Or I just got kind of lucky with my spawn. I should be using throwing weapons. So if my character can't turn around enough to try to throw, you'll notice the reticle goes red. That's because he can't physically turn his body. Yeah, we won. How much are these war sales? Yeah, oh, that's like the Steam sale just ended. That's why, right? Like it's like $30 for the DLC. I don't really want to spend $30 on it, honestly. Get an extra troop, and then I can take some prisoners. What is this? I don't have any on my hands, so I can just get free armor. And then these are just worse than what I have, but they can sell, so you know that's fine. Oh, do I need to get all three of them? Okay. Let's take a look first. I'm on the slow horse. With terrible... I forgot how annoying it is when you have like really low level throwing. Like it's honestly kind of miserable.
Cut them down!
I should be moving while I go.
Yeah.
Probably, but like, I don't know. I think it's just because the game, like, I spent a lot of money the past couple days. So it's one of those things where it's like it's not in my budget at this current time. Would I have to make a new character, do you know? Because I mean, technically, I could consider it, but like... Yeah. Let me go sell things. Should help offset the cost of the people. I don't know what this symbol means. Oh, we're disorganized for 3 hours? Why? Is that because we were just in a battle? Did they change how that works? Probably should put a point into writing. Damn it. Overwriting. No damage penalty. Weapon seed penalty. I definitely need the mounted skirmisher would be nice. And then throwing the hitting cav would also be really good. Anything in writing for this? We probably definitely need writing, I think.
Die, you bastards! Kill them all!
I prefer, I mean, obviously I would axe this so I don't have to worry about stabbing. Because stabbing in this game is really annoying. Parts exhausted. Okay.
I don't know who you are.
I don't
I'm in
remember
your
when they
debt.
added voice
My
acting.
name's Tactios. I'm a doctor by trade. I was on... well, I was with... I could feel... He's... and I was trying...
When did disorganized become a thing? Happens right after a battle, apparently. I could have sworn this didn't exist. We go up to the hideout. Disorganized is nuts for your speed. Oh, I walked past it. When you have a ranged character for this, it genuinely is super useful.
You're dead!
I was never a fan of doing the like the hideouts. I also don't remember there being that much blood when you hit people. So they've definitely gone over the game to some capacity. I don't know when they did it though. I believe you can duel the. Oh well, you have the option of dueling like the gang leader, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, hit him in the face. Got 3 points in athletics, which is good, and a point in throwing, also good. There we go. I missed somebody. No, they're just actually this spread out. Kind of brutal. Can I pick up? It's masterwork. I'm gonna take that. It's mine now. Oh, it's, to be fair, it's only one-handed, but I mean, axe is axe. Sneak up on him. He stood no chance because he wasn't paying attention. So either I can duel him or we can just gank the two of them.
Oh, good heaven. Since your hunt for your kin is fruitless, how about you clear...
Sure.
Die, you bastards! Why?
And then he just sort of gives up. Yay! I have 13 prisoners. I need to go put them somewhere. This guy is... Oh, I can actually ride this guy. And he is quite a bit faster. Okay, he's just better overall. Fish. Okay.
Well, I recognize defeat when I... You haven't cut my throat yet, which was a wise move. Ah, you'll need my help, all right.
I got 2 achievements.
If you want to get them back.
Defeat him in a duel
alive.
and clear a hideout.
See, my boys have some pretty specific instructions about what to do if there's a rescue attempt. Shall we get on the road? Remember, if I drop dead of exhaustion...
I was hoping to find more treasure here, but I think business wasn't going too well for Radagos and his gang. I found this strange-looking metal piece, though. Doesn't look too valuable, but it could be. I have a better idea. We would have a better chance if we split up now. I'll take Radagos and go find them. However, we must be careful not to endanger their lives, and it could be better to just buy them. We need to have our purses. I'll need to take these men with us. Radagos is a slippery one. I don't... Indeed. You'll have to find a way to do that. Tacteo said it could be worth a fortune to the right person, if you manage not to get killed. If he's telling the truth, you must be careful. Never reveal that you have it, but try to understand its value. One more thing. When you are talking to nobles and other people of importance, make sure you present yourself as someone from, you can use our family name if you like, or make up a new one. You will have a better chance of obtaining an audience with nobles, and it'll be easier for me to find you by asking around.
Not me forgetting that technically there's a family name, and I gave my character a double name already. Let's call him... I don't know, Bobertson. Works every time. Still work. You used to be able to copy a code for like a creation and then paste it in, but they didn't like people were doing that. So then it got turned into a mod because apparently they were just upset. And somehow, even though this is something that people have been asking for ages, they still refuse to give it to us. Now, what would he use? I'm tempted to go with the axe. The axe seems very fitting. Potentially the pentacle? Not a bad idea. There you go. You know what? That's good enough for me.
Get on the road now. Once I locate the little ones, I'll come find you.
Yay! Oh. I found an artifact. Yay! Achievement for finishing the tutorial. Great. One-handed. Shield bashes, handling. The shield bashes are like not super crazy useful. I can't put any points into endurance yet because I need an attribute points, and that's only every 4 levels. So next, what do I want? 10th is to put athletics. Back said you led them to victory. Okay. Trippy. When did they add crouching and stealth to this game? I don't remember stealth being a part of this game. They know because I've been playing Assassin's Creed. This seems like such a strange game to put like stealth mechanics in. Like, I could argue that while Call of Duty is not a stealth game, or usually they're not, having stealth sections kind of makes sense. But this seems really, really, really weird. I just realized I've had 3 people in the chat now named Dan. Has this always been a thing? I just now noticed this, now that I've seen all 3 of them. Yeah. Oh, you can swing while on. Okay, cool. Where is this map? You too. You're a real one too. Exactly. It's the United States of Dan. The Dan apocalypse. So I changed the, you know, from Tarkov with the cult of milk to the cult of Dan. Try throwing the stone. Who did this? I just gotta turn around so I can get somewhere that's... Yeah, the Danimals. I thought I saw something earlier about like stealth and detection in the difficulty settings, and had literally zero idea what they were talking about. And I don't know. This is just like so silly. There's even stealth damage? No. There is no way they put stealth in this game. Now I'm almost tempted to get the DLC to see what else they added. There's a stealth outfit in the civilian. When does this happen? Why? Stealth bonus. I have 2 stones. Well, this game, man. Sure. Is this supposed to be like the prosperity? Is that what that is? Athletics. Movement speed, movement speed. Okay. You need to get up to 2,000 monies. Get 25 people. Hire a companion who decided he wanted to leave and not join me. Clan tier 1. Then talk to 10 nobles. What's over here? I don't know what this means. They have a quest, I believe, and then they seem to deal with horses. I guess for products. Okay, yeah, they definitely have horses. You can buy extra horses if you do have the cash for that. And then what it would do is it could, like, or mules, for example. And then obviously you can slaughter them if you're really low on food and you need extra food. Or you use them as like pack animals, which should technically help with the load capacity for traveling, if I'm not mistaken. What happened to that horse I just got? Can I sell this? And then buy this one. You go walk through the lands. Oh, because he's got a... What is it? He needs tools. No thanks. Go to the town. Drop a save. He's in campaign option, though. The stealth and disguise. Okay. Tavern district. Oh, that's a guard, and then there's some guy here.
Well now, stranger, peace to you. What is your name?
Canyon. Yeah, exactly. That's expensive, but we'll take it. Okay. The smithy. Oh, yeah, I remember how to do this. Very vaguely. There's orders? Oh, can you order it? Or... Oh, they want one. Okay, I see. See, like if I wanted a two-handed axe, all I can do is basically make a, like a hoe, basically. And you can make these, and you can change them so they have really interesting stats. Right? But I don't know what any of the stats are. It's been so long since I played this game that obviously I don't know the specifics. Enter the arena. I think you can do just regular fights.
To hell with you!
Odok and Akalot. Okay. Whoops. Where are these places? Oh, I forgot how... Oh my god, I forgot how large this map is. Oh, they're way out there. My goal is to try to go up north. There's a considerably smaller number of like actual cities in Warband, and this takes place before Warband, but I don't recall by how long. The cost is 44 per day. So if you know what you're doing at the arenas, you can actually make quite a bit of cash. Okay. We may need some food soon. I got shields, not really interested in shields. One-handed. That's more expensive than I can afford. That's considered a pole arm. Right. Get a couple grain. Just stock up so we don't have to worry about going out of food. Because it is a thing, like, I don't remember how bad it is, and I believe there is a foraging skill. Unless they got rid of that. Did they get rid of this? It might be part of scouting. Maybe they have gotten rid of it. I'm pretty sure, at least in the like in Warband, they had a forgery skill or foraging skill, which allowed you to kind of supplement your food a little bit. You know what? I can't talk to this guy. Now, typically, one of the reasons I like to play, you know, service soldier is so I can like do this, and you get paid.
Forgive me what may seem to be an abundance of
stuff.
caution, but please keep your distance. Just beyond sword length is fine.
Okay. Okay. So talk to Lucan about it. We do not want to be fighting the deserters. However, if this guy does get into battle with them, I'm willing to join Orachos here against the deserters to try to get a little bit of extra loot out of it. 1.9 versus 1.8. So technically they will catch up. We're just gonna hover around them. I don't actually remember the last time I did this and hovered around like this. That's hilarious. Right at the literally last second, we jump into the fight. That's so good. Oh, that guy's on horseback. That is not as good. I believe you actually can farm XP for like weapons. On quote friendly troops, but don't call me that. Just missed. Oh, my leg! Oh. Yeah! And then they're gonna be like, thank you! We got 3 gold out of it. That was totally worth it. $44. It can sometimes be a bit awkward trying to actually set up. Oh, there's a tournament. I'm gonna drop a save. Just because. For a one-handed sword, that could be good. Skip. 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 And then I'll put 25. I can afford that, and then we'll join. The goal is to keep this guy between me and the archer. The problem is you don't, from what I recall, you don't really heal between rounds, which is kind of annoying. Oh, it's a free-for-all? We'll let them fight each other.
I'll tear your limbs!
Actually, no, it's not a good idea. Because you're allowed to bring your own armor in. Which makes it awkward. Because sometimes you get these guys right at the end who have like these amazing sets of gear. This shield should be able to tank quite a few arrows for us. I was going to say, what's good is we have peppered him with a few arrows. So. Boom, done. First try. I could have bet more money to make more money, but honestly, it's fine. It was a nice, safe bet. We got some renown, and we have this one. Which, hopefully is good. Because usually the weapons are pretty decent. Typically. One-handed, it is a tier 4. It is quite a bit slower, but we get a lot more damage out of it. So, you know what, that's not bad. Heavier, a bit shorter. How much is this worth? It's only worth like 900. Technically, also, we got a dude in our party, right? Yeah. What does he have?
I
me see his inventory. Is there a way to look at his inventory? Or am I stupid? Am I dumb? Did they change this? What are his skills? Athletics, medicine. Maybe it's here. This is probably more in line. Okay, that'll help. We do need to get our hands on a two-handed weapon. I'm slightly disappointed in the fact that our weapon is not a two-handed weapon, but it is what it is. Charm, I'll cover that. Engineering is kind of whatever. Oh, probably this way. What is this? Better. We can sell his old sword. Trade. Do they have a two-handed weapon of any kind? Of course not. To be fair, these guys don't tend to have two-handed weapons because that's just sort of not their style in the Empire. Which is kind of why I'm trying to somehow turn this around. Head north. The problem is it's going to cost us cash. And we have to be careful that we don't get ambushed by small groups. Like these looters, probably not going to be fun to fight. Oh. This is going to suck. Can I wait here? These guys are not going to be camping out here, are they? Oh, it's gonna be so expensive. I can't afford it. It's not until you get like about, I find 30-ish is when you stop getting bothered by enemies. Like I could just click go to X and for the most part I will be safe. Once you get over 30 people, but I do not have the cash to support it. Practice fights and things, those are typically pretty expensive. This is also why I like to do the serve as a soldier. So that way I can just like hang around. I get paid. I don't have to pay anybody. And then I usually get some gear. So now, if I'm not mistaken, I could have sworn there was something. I mean, I'm probably really misremembering, like a mod or something where there was like battlefield remains essentially. And it was basically like, hey, you happen to stumble upon the remains of a battlefield. And are they running from me? Okay. Something that's not actually a terrible idea to invest in is like throwing knives, because you can sometimes get quite a few throwing knives, like 16 or something like that. Like I've got 2 inventory slots worth of throwing weapons.
Die, you bastards!
And it's only 8 throwing weapons, although I believe I can pick some of them back up. I am sort of like trying to chip away at their health. Ow, my leg. The fact that everybody in this game has rocks is kind of annoying. I thought I had 5. Oh, I am the 5th guy. And we knocked 2 of them out. Hatchet, 1-headed axe. Bone slings. I don't know if that. I don't think that would work actually. There. I mean, we'll take them all for the. To have them all. Give him this. I don't know. I want to put this on me because I'm curious about how it works. I think you need a sling. I don't think you just sort of have the sling, but we'll find out. So hopefully we got a little bit of cash from that, I think. Got 81, so that's another like day. Plus I can get some more food because we have been walking for ages, but we're almost up north, which is good. Means we're going to start getting access to potentially more 2-headed weapons because, again, none of the Empire, as far as I recall, deals with 2-headed weapons. The Britannians do. The the Sturgians definitely do. I don't think the Vlandians do. They might. But I know for a fact that all the people of the deserts, they don't really mess around too much with 2-handed weapons. They might have like 1 or 2 at most. The one problem we have to worry about here is not only do we have like, the regular bandits and looters and things, but occasionally we will run into like sea raiders who are typically like pretty heavily armored bandits. Yeah, so the stuff for the sling that actually requires a sling. Who would have guessed? best way to deal with is to kind of get them to blob up. So even though you have problems with accuracy, it's like a shotgun. You know what I mean? As long as they're in a blob, accuracy is not a problem. Now, technically speaking, it is not a stupid decision to get my guys to go in, but it's also like whatever kind of. That guy's blocking to the left, like, but like, well, technically his left, not my left. So that guy should not be blocking.
Leave not a one breathing!
And it should also actually help with enemy targeting. See, like this guy, he's going to be slightly confused. There you go.
No quarter for the queen!
This one there was a button for me to also celebrate, but I guess the answer is no. Like the looters, I have to sell them in place. Some beer and some cheese, which is good. You know, that'll help. And then for him, you can have these and these. Leg armor, it's not worth it in my opinion. And then boom. So that should also be some cash. Now we do need to go to presumably this large place. I don't remember specifically how it works when it comes to the traders for prisoners. I feel like we're about to find out. Now riding, maneuvering. I think damage or the maneuvering, being able to turn around and stuff a little faster is nice. Charging into them is not typically a thing you do, and like it's not a massive thing anyway. Trades and I'm not going to finish that sentence. How do you do this? Visitors. Oh, the tavern district. For 15. Sure. He can be promoted. Now, the problem with how promotion works is these guys get XP as a class, if I'm not mistaken, right? So, like, they all require a certain amount of XP, but they kind of all pull it from a pool, per se, based on how much they put into the pool, I think. So if I were to promote this dude, one, he'd be more expensive, and two, that means these guys might have a harder time leveling up the pool. I think that's how that works. They might have changed it. They could have. I would need to see. So we go down to the right, we get archers, which is not bad. We can go to crossbow or these horse guys. And if we go down the left, we get infantrymen. We either get this guy with a polearm and a sword, or something else. I don't really know, actually. Polearm one-handed. This guy's polearm one-handed and it's a one-handed polearm on the shields. It's two. I don't know why you'd have two. It doesn't make sense. Interesting. We're just barely keeping afloat for cash. We could technically raid villages, but for the most part, they're kind of operating. 14 looters seems like a little bit much for us. But it's like, I don't know what other sort of choice we have. You can technically do like some, what is this? It's just kind of a bet. He needs weapons.
Well, no, stranger. Peace to you.
Yeah, we don't have enough troops. Note to self, say talk.
Well, no, stranger.
What sort of troops? 4 one-headed axes, and then he 20. That's not bad. Like the missions aren't difficult to do. They can be a little awkward. I don't recognize what that one means. I've never done anything here in the game with Backstreet. We're okay. I don't know if there's going to be a stream tomorrow. I can't make any promises at this time. So, we'll see you later. I know you can buy the workshops in this game to make cash. They're usually pretty good. Is this a... Oh, he's... ramp. How the heck do you get to the back streets? How is this not the back streets? Can I go through here? Whatever. I feel like they've definitely changed how the economy works in this. I don't fully remember being so... not destitute is not the right word. Troops are expensive. 120. It's just going to cost more per day. Yeah, 56. Although actually that's not as expensive as I was expecting. We might be able to take on a slightly bigger group. I think there's a tournament here. Good. Armor or something I can sell. Ooh, pauldrons. Pauldrons are pretty good early on. I don't really have a choice. I kind of have to make the bet. Oh, you gotta watch out for those guys on horses. And then you have to watch out for those guys too. Sometimes they're a little awkward trying to fight them. Can I get on the horse? It would make my job a little easier. I'm going to leave the blue guy alone.
Die, you bastard!
with the guy on the horse is gonna suck. Oh, that's my guy. That's my companion. I believe we are in this regardless because we're like right down to the last. Now I could be wrong.
Yeah.
As long as I keep him kind of sort of ahead of me like that, then we'll go with it. See, this is essentially how good combat and Bannerlord could be if they get it right. Like if they can really nail the combat system, this is what it could be. My character's one-handed is quite a bit better than his two-handed, just because I haven't been given any two-handed weapons. So there is technically a hitbox. There is technically a hitbox when it comes to shields, but it's kind of awkward. I somehow managed to get around it twice there. So that's good, because we got quite a bit of money. I really didn't that. Plus, I should be able to put these on, no? Yeah. So this is like a massive amount of armor this early on in the game. It looks wrong because it's, you know, basically too early to have it in the game. But this is also building up our renown, which is really good. Something two-handed. Because it does also benefit me when I'm up on the horse. But it's expensive, like extremely expensive, as you could see. Like the cheapest one they have there is almost 1,000. That is most of our money. A bridge there? I could have sworn there used to be like a bridge or something over here too, or a way to cross it. That could have been a mod though, or something they may have changed. Take a look. I don't think it'll tell us from this distance who's having the tournament. I think I'd have to zoom in a little. That is something I used to do. I used to run around and just exclusively do tournaments. Because it is, like, if you do it right, it's a really good source of money. I believe the Sea Raiders tend to stay close to the water line. Like, if only there was a word called coastline. Should be paying soon, yeah. That's this group of 12, like these guys over here, maybe, but I think it'd be very unwise because there's quite a few groups of like Sea Raiders. Gotta be careful because the forest is not ideal. Don't want to be fighting sea raiders right now. We are nowhere near prepped for sea raiders. Could I do 8 sea raiders? Maybe. It'd be a really big risk. I could technically just recruit a bunch of people and try my best. That is technically a thing you can do.
Stop there, stranger.
Okay, yeah. You try to get away, but usually sacrifices some troops and kills your morale. They usually have shields. This is going to be awkward. This is like, if I had access to a two-handed weapon, would be a little easier. These guys also tend to have quite a, like, actually good throwing weapons. They have the numbers advantage and the gear advantage. However, we have meat, which has basically a rasser's advantage. Now the problem is, these guys have shields, and if I'm not mistaken, they can pick up their own ammo. Even if I had like a some sort of pole on it, it would be extremely beneficial at this time. Oof. If I can get a couple hits in. Right, like there. We are going to lose people. It's just sort of a fact. Ooh, it might be really bad. It look like this is really bad. This is very bad. This was a mistake. Mistakes may have been made. Gotta watch out, because there are people here with pole arms, and that sucks. Now, I could have sworn you used to be able to pick up weapons from on the back of a horse, but they must have changed this. Grab it. Grab it. Grab it. Go, 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 go. Right, because their shields don't last forever. Oh, and those do despawn, which is a little unfortunate. However, pick stuff off your own body? I could have sworn you could. I can get my hands on that. That could even things out a little. Now I am actually pretty lucky that I got a slightly longer sword here, but I'm not gonna lie to you, this is basically how some of these fights are gonna end up. Just the nature of how the game plays. That guy with the spear sucks. Some of my characters might have axes and they would have despawned already. That's true. I'm gonna get absolutely massacred here. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Oh yeah, my pole arm level's now too. I do think it's kind of dumb that the shield covers so much of the body, even though it physically doesn't for some of these. Now, if I could get a lance, that would be really, really useful, because you couch the lance, and if you hit them while going at speed, I think the highest I've ever done was like something like 400 damage. Right? Now, I believe there is a mod that's like you get a little bit of health back on kills and stuff like that. A little too cheaty for me. Plus I got some extra benefits. Wow, beautiful. I'm gonna lose this because these guys have all the shields and they're just too good at, like, the AI is just too good at blocking. And then because they basically have a shield wall, and even though you can only block, you know, one person at a time, they can all block you at the same time. If I got off on foot, I'm dead. If I miss the stab, I'm also dead. Now you'll notice their shields haven't broken yet, which is potentially going to get me killed here. However, there are slowly but surely getting whittled down. I can technically just keep harassing them if I do it properly. That guy has 3 javelins in his shield. If you're curious, that's just how sort of crazy some of the shields are. Like, I'm doing the low stab and it's still blocking. I think they should... well, there has to be a mod for it to make shields less, BS. Like, how can I not hit that guy's legs when he's keeping his shield up? There you go. The problem is the shield doesn't really matter, because they'll just block up or down. I wonder if you time it right and you get an attack on them, if that would work. I kind of doubt it. Oh, you know what? Hang on. We're onto something here. If you attack slightly earlier, they drop the shield. Potentially. Although, to be fair, he didn't have a shield. I'm surprised this guy just hasn't, like, given up. Because realistically, he has watched one man quite literally take out his entire squad. I think everyone on my team maybe dropped one person. See, now an axe is good because they have, like, inherent damage bonuses against shields. Persistence. Oh my god. I have one dude left, and he's basically dead. One that had an axe. Shield. Food. Okay. For stealth, hang on. The axe. That way I get some sort of benefit from shield. Now, you'll notice these armors, I am literally only alive because of these pauldrons that I want. Capacity exceeded. Oh yeah, because we have like nobody and we're all injured. So I believe, yeah, as our guys are getting sort of back online, we should get back up for speed capacity. If I buy, it's expensive. We'll make it happen. I believe I can lock these so I don't sell them by accident. Okay. Riding. Hit points out. I think this one, honestly. We got 2. What do we put it into? Yeah, we need to get our hands on 2-handed weapon at some point. Now, medicine's not a bad idea. Trade would be pretty good too. Scouting, we get a bit of extra movement. Tactics, we can loot away. No thanks. Battle loot. Ooh, we are almost capped though. Sure. No. We are not in any. We do not have the capacity to fight those guys. Right, he's only at 8. We have prisoners. I believe there is a way to hire prisoners, but I think that used to be you could just offer in the previous game, whereas in this game it doesn't quite work that way, unfortunately. Those guys did not care. Huh. Is it? I don't know. Oh, I don't think I have enough time to keep going. I also don't have the money to potentially craft my own sling. It's good. That's 25 blunt damage versus 50. That could be really good, but the problem is these are expensive. Large pack of, how much is this? 6 versus 4. Sure. And like technically speaking, I could potentially buy the items I need to help craft my kit, or to craft a better weapon. Right, if I go here, I don't have any iron. But I could, you know, somehow get my hands on. The throwing weapons are great. I don't know too much about the javelin versus the axe versus the knife. I'll have to look into it. But I don't know how you get these. I don't know how you discover these. Because you smelt down other items. Right? It's been a hot minute. It would be really nice to you know, to put this on. What does this do? I don't know. I have to relearn the smelting system. I don't fully have enough time for a whole lot more. You know what we can do? We can try a practice fight. We'll see how that goes. I don't recall. I do believe you get paid. We're really lucky there that I ducked. Plus, I believe you can also get XP from this. So we're making it at least 5 gold by doing this. Now, because because this place has a lot of axes, because of just how it works, shields tend to be less effective in this area just because axes get bonuses. also kind of what suck about this area. Is all the throwing weapons means during the practice run, you tend to get absolutely peppered. I got that axe right to the face. That's fine. I got 25 gold, so that's good. Could have gotten further if my guy wasn't so injured. But that should help us pay a little bit for the town. So I should heal up faster because we're in a town, right? Yeah, you heal it quite a bit faster. What does our party look like? Not great. But these guys aren't too bad. They do seem to be like a straight line though. So I'm not sure what... I don't remember those guys being a thing. The axemen are pretty good. The cav for these guys aren't that great. If you want really good cav, like for troops, I think Vlandia, if I'm not mistaken, is the way to go. Really, really good armored troops like heavy infantry is Sturgians. If you want like archers, you want to go with, I don't remember which of the Khuzaits or the, who are these people again? I don't remember. Who are they? Who is this? The Asarai. I don't remember. One of them is technically better at horse archery than others. And then these guys are kind of just sort of all around meh. And then these dudes, if I'm not mistaken, are... You know what? Hang on, I could be wrong. I think the Vlandians are very good with crossbows. Maybe I'm misremembering. It's like, again, it's been a really long time since I've played through that. Like this kind of, like, you know, the series. We're trying to remember who does what is obviously awkward. Maybe it's passing through here? Has to be. Maybe the other one is as well, it's just you don't think it. I don't know, possibly. Well, there's a tournament. You know what? We'll take part in this tournament. Okay. And then afterwards, we will we'll call it a night. And then I'll see you guys probably Monday. This is 200 axe. I need this. What I can do. Of course, I can't hear myself think because it is extremely loud. That's right, he's got range. Obviously not ideal. And the problem though for him is when we get up close, he has a bad time. Yeah. Full send, you can get a good chunk of it. The problem is you have to make sure you do that. first bag. Otherwise, the other guy's on the back foot. Especially because we're dealing with axes and shields, and you don't know who you need to fight afterwards in the round. It's more in. Now we're almost out of here. The goal sometimes is to get the guy off his horse. If you can get him off his horse, sometimes you're at a massive advantage. Because he doesn't have the speed bonuses. Although technically he can get him from like the reverse, essentially, from you going fast, if he's using the right kind of weapon. You could just knock. No, you just hit him with a knock.
We've been blessed.
Yes. So if I can win this would be massive. Right, because I want that two-handed weapon, and I want all the money. So we got the two-handed weapon. We got to see that. Like a lot of money and a lot of fire. So we ended that on a right, which means I do not need this. Oh, technically, it would be nice to have. I don't know if it works when it's on your back. I think there's a skill for that. And then having these is good. And then I can turn that into a one-handed if I need to that go with the shield. And then for him, but give him the axe. Probably doesn't need the blade. We could probably sell that. So that was massive. So now we got cash again. So theoretically I could be stupid and buy more armor, which is not a bad idea considering the fact... How much ammo you get in these? 16. It's not bad. I mean, it's more expensive than I can deal with, but that is kind of a throwing weapon. So it might be worth thinking about these, although the axe, like, these are good too. Like simple. Right here. Eh. So these are these will be really good, but they're expensive. So if I could win more in tournaments, we'll be in a better spot. Swing speed versus damage with axes and maces. I'm thinking swing speed. And that would be on the sense that I don't necessarily need the damage later, but I do plan on swapping the javelins for throwing axes. But the damage would be nice, but the swing speed is sort of like why you'd be swapping over to one-handed. Like, the damage is sort of whatever. You do with what you got. Anyway. What do we call it? Stream 1. There you go. So that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you guys all for coming. I'm going to go, like, double check at some point during the weekend when I get a free time. If I get any free time. To see, like, what I can do for the smithy and things like that. And try to kind of learn some more tips and tricks that I have forgotten or just never knew in the first place that they may have changed. And yeah, thank you guys all for coming. I'll see you guys on Monday. If you guys like what you saw, leave a like, subscribe, turn on the bell notification, share with your friends if you think they'll enjoy this content. And yeah, good night.